Hello, welcome to a new channel I've just started called Conspiracies, True or False. In modern times with the internet and the systems that we have, social media and so on, Twitter and so on, there is an awful lot of conspiracies going around about different things. And in fact, I think in some cases, using common sense, there must be some truth or a grain of truth in some of them. It is very easy to actually take a bunch of facts, turn them around in a certain way and make it sound like there's something underhand. And by the same token, there's an easy way of burying the truth as well, which I'm pretty sure most people that are savvy about the media and so on and so forth, and governments, we don't believe pretty much most of what they have to say. In fact, every time somebody in the media or in the political spectrum opens their mouth, we automatically believe that they're trying to lie to us. So the reason I started this up is I'm just very interested. My name is David Turner. I'm retired from the oil business. I was ex-Royal Marine Commando for 9 years in the UK. I then went and joined the oil business, and they're the two main jobs I did in my life. I have had some businesses, but they were the two main things. And I've retired quite some time ago. I was lucky enough to be able to retire at 56 years old, and I'm now just turned 65. But more and more I'm starting to look at some of the things that's going on within society. And obviously you could say this is looking at it through old man's eyes, or looking into the past, whatever. But it's very interesting. And so I'd like to make some videos about different things, and some ideas I have about some of the conspiracies that go around, some that are fairly weak and some that have some poignant truth to them, or some poignant facts which really can't be shoved to one side. So I hope you join me in this series of videos, but first of all I'd like to just quote something I actually have on my screen right now, and being an old man I need glasses. So I'm trying to look at this from a common sense point of view. But if you look at the word conspiracy and what it means in the dictionary, it's actually verbatim. It says a secret plan by a group to do something unlawful or harmful. Obviously, can't be just one person. It has to be more than one. That can be two people. So if two people talk about something, is that then a conspiracy? Yes, I guess it is, for all intents and purposes. So some of the things I'd like to go over is some of the conspiracy theories that I have some interest in that are around on the YouTube at the moment and generally are, for instance, the Titanic. Was it the Titanic that sank? Was it the Olympic? Kennedy. In my opinion, the Kennedy thing is a closed book. There is no doubt, being ex-military, an ex-person that knows weapons extremely well, there is no way, in my opinion, that Kennedy was killed by one person. Not possible. Ballistically not possible. The 9/11 situation, there are some things in that just don't fit. I'm not saying it was a conspiracy, but they just don't fit. So these are the things I like to discuss. The coronavirus is a big deal at the moment. Obviously people are saying, why is this happening? Why did it not happen with SARS, or why didn't it happen with Spanish flu, whatever. But we do live in a different world now. There's many, many, many subjects out there that could be looked at and investigated. And I'd like you to help me to see if we can't sort out the fact from the fiction. So, on that note, I just wanted to do a quick introduction and tell you who I am and what I'm about. And the first one I'd actually like to talk about is obviously the let's go it in an order of time. Even long before the Titanic went down, there was many ships lost at sea, and we could even go back to conspiracies from the time of civilization, if you like. But there are, as I said, there are many things that came out in the reports on the Titanic which actually don't fit. There's some very good information on YouTube. Again, you can look at the information and say, well, this has been catalogued in such a way that it has to make you think that there might be something in it. But there are quite a few facts about the Titanic and the Olympic that was built just before the Titanic. In fact, they were built alongside each other. that merits some look at it. Now, as I said, from a 65-year-old man, that might sound like, whoa, hang on a minute, where's that coming from? I can only tell you from experience, especially being in the military and special forces, Royal Marine Commandos, that I've seen some things with my own eyes that the public would not believe. And I'm not trying to be dramatic when I say that. And I'm talking about from a fairly low level. So, you know, I'm not talking about being a senior commander or anything like that, but even as a young Marine of 18, 19, some of the things I saw during the NATO time, which we still have, but when we had the situation with Russia, when it was basically the Iron Curtain, we were working a lot in Norway, and some of the things I saw there and some of the things I saw in Northern Ireland, and then seeing reports in the press and so on, I know not to be true for a fact. So if that is the case in my small area, what does that say about some of the larger things, some of the larger scale things? So I'm going to leave it there. I just want to put this video out, see what you think, and if you have some topics you want to discuss or not or so on, what I'll then start doing is going through each one that I want to look at, and maybe you want to look at something else. Let me know in the comments and we can go through it together, and let's see if we can't work out the fact or the fiction from the fact, or the fact from the fiction, because we could probably as a group of people look at this in another way. I know there is an awful lot of conspiracy theories. You know, there's a lot of people out there at the moment that are talking about this coronavirus, with, you know, why it's happening, why we're having lockdown, the financial complexities of it, which I believe in actual fact will be a greater problem than the medical issue. But whether you believe or not that this is some conspiracy that's made this happen, or it is just Mother Nature, are two different things. I tend to think that that is the case, that it is just something that's came along. I do believe people will profit from it. Of course they will profit from it. America and Canada profited massively from the Second World War, and other people have profited from wars all over the world. Not just wars, any kind of situation. The Rothschilds is a perfect situation. They backed Duke of Wellington on one side, on the British side, and Napoleon on the other side. They backed both of them as bankers. What does that tell you? Anyway, please get in touch. Let me know what you think, and then we will go deeply, or fairly deeply, into each one of these as and when it comes up. So thank you for watching, and I hope you'll come back. Take care and keep safe. Bye.